Hello, Louisiana Beer Reviews Taste Challenge, Budweiser versus Budweiser.
Now, we're going to go ahead and go with the big red #1 to start off with, which is produced in several breweries. Houston, Jacksonville, St. Louis, those are breweries close to us.
And 9 others.
And
in America.
In America, right. I'm sure there are other
It's all
places.
over the world, yeah.
Okay. So we're getting our Budweiser probably out of Houston. And picked this up special at the grocery store because this time that we're living in, they shut down the bars. And this is bar beer that was pulled out of bars, brought to the grocery store, and sold at a special discounted rate because it was getting close to date. That's what I was told by the people who work there. Picked up cases for $16.99. It's 24 12-ounce bottles of Budweiser. And there had been current controversy going around that the Budweiser they sent to bars was actually a different Budweiser, but I think it's all folklore. I don't really think that there's
I definitely
any
think
difference.
it's folklore.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and crack this open and taste it. I believe this is one of those close to date Budweisers, and this was probably produced December. Check the date. I don't know much about the Budweiser dates.
I'll look at it and see. They've changed their protocol over the years. They started the born on. I was going to show you. Wow, that's a thick wine hand.
Yeah.
That's a golden straw appearance. Doesn't have that. Oh yeah, it does have that little green tint to it. I was going to say because usually Budweiser has that little green tint.
I'm just talking about green tint.
Yeah, it's like the slightest little bit of green to it.
Okay, now that you mention it, I never would have noticed.
Oh yeah, best before June 11th, so it's a good date. And it's H, I guess that's Houston.
Right. So June 11th, here we are sitting, close to June 11th. We're still in May.
It's made with hops, rice, barley, yeast, water.
Yeah, and their claim is no high fructose corn syrup, even though that was a big Super Bowl ad.
Yo, and no corn syrup.
None.
No type of corn syrup in Budweiser at all.
That's what they said.
No.
So this has been the big beer around here for many years. I remember my uncle drinking it. There was the big switch from Dixie to Budweiser way back in the day.
In the early
in
80s.
high school, that's all we drank was Bud Red, as we called it, and then there was the big push
For Bud Light.
after that to move into the Bud Light region, and then after that we had our Bud Dries.
I missed Bud Dry.
And yeah, I think the only variant that we're getting now is the Bud Ice, and then there's a lot of Michelobs that were produced.
Well, they make the
knocked
Bud
around
specials.
for a while. Yeah.
Every 9 months, a new Bud special.
Yeah.
Like the recent Jim Beam. Okay, Budweiser is the #1 selling beer brand in the world, and it's the #4 selling beer brand in America.
Right.
Bud
Just
Light is number
under
1.
all your top tier 3
Light beers. Yeah.
light beers, your Coors, Miller, Bud.
Exactly. Bud Light being #1. Cheers. Thanks.
So the appearance is straight like snowy white head. The body is light straw. It looks like something really refreshing that you could go ahead and taste. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a taste.
Tastes like old Budweiser.
Yeah, it's got that beechwood, rice, beechwood taste you get from it. It actually tastes like it's kind of mellowed down a little bit through the years. Like it's not as,
I don't know. I only started drinking it 24 years ago.
it's only full. Well, I started drinking it way before that, so. 70s.
It's dry, crisp. It's like super dry. And if you think this is dry, you should have tried Bud Dry, which was discontinued 10 years ago. Wowza, that was a dry beer. But a good one, in my opinion. Yeah, it's just like a drinking beer. It's not made to sit there and just do videos and talk about, oh, it's got all these characteristics.
Yeah.
It's mainly to eat a cheeseburger and French fries with.
It's kind of just an old regular beer, but I think that's the appeal to it. Some people like just to drink an old regular beer. They don't want to have all this Fruit Loop, sour, tarty, dark, heavy, they don't like to go all over the place and the crazy yeast strains and all
Oh,
that.
right.
Some people
To me,
just
it's-
want to drink a beer that tastes like a beer. This tastes like a beer, but this to me is actually tasting like it's lighter of the version of what it was.
I can't testify to that because I didn't have it.
Well, your palate's wrecked. You drink more than beer.
My palate is fine. I mean, I do a little Dawn Busters taste challenge from time to time. Now, it's crisp, clean, refreshing. It's like perfect. Like, it's a perfect beer. I made a
well
video
balanced.
called The World's Greatest Beer. It's like super balanced, man. It's like, it's, I don't know how this beer lost the taste challenge that we did 2 weeks ago. I don't understand that. But they didn't pick it. But,
Who did a taste challenge 2 weeks ago?
some people on the internet with me.
Oh.
On the internet, not personal.
Faces and screens.
Yeah, not a real sit down.
Yeah, well, they change their personalities because.
Oh no, these are people that use a real name.
Because you're not there.
No, these people use their real name. When I was a kid, Budweiser was what you drank when you weren't being cheap. Now you could, the people that wanted to drink good beer would buy Budweiser. The people that was always trying to save money would buy like Bush.
Yeah, Bush was the shoot off of Budweiser.
Right, it was. It was the branch off.
Yeah.
And they would drink that, or they would drink
And that's before it was Bud Light.
Czechvar.
I do believe Bush was put out before Bud Light, even before it was Budweiser Light.
Yeah, it was put out in 1955.
Oh, well, I wasn't born then. All I know is that during that time, that you can get Bush beer. Now, I do remember going on tour in 2005
They would drink Old Milwaukee.
at the Budweiser plant
in Florida.
in Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, and they told me the difference between Budweiser and Bush was that they produced Bush in an old ceramic vessel. That's what they said. Don't be looking strange at me. I can only say what they said. And these were produced in steel.
I don't know.
And they
Bush
said
has,
that's what created the different taste.
Bush has different ingredients. They use corn in Bush, so this is all rice, rice and barley. But anyway, Bush is much lower alcohol in America.
There's a lot of
in
people
the
like
United,
Bush.
in the
There's a lot
USA.
of people like Bush Light.
Here's the problem with Bush. In the USA, the alcohol level is 4.3. But in Canada, it's 4.7 or 8. I can't remember, 4.7 or 8. Why does Canada get a full body Bush and we get a nearly light beer Bush? Explain that. Okay. This is very good. I like it. I've always liked Budweiser. I never could understand why people would say it's horrible and they'd rather drink horse urine. It's like, wow, I don't think I'd want to drink horse urine under any circumstance.
I think it's a very drinkable beer.
But you have said negative things. But now, this is part 2 of the video. So I'm going to go get it.
What were those negative things that I said?
That it was
Jay.
watered down. It doesn't taste like it used to.
Well, of course it doesn't taste like it used
It's
to.
inferior.
It's just like any product that's mass produced. They do constant research on it from their customer base, and they're asking people, "Hey, what do you think? What do you think it'll make it better?" They go on and on and on.
Wrong beer.
But with that said, yes, it has been changed through the years, probably to better suit those folks that are switching to
Lighter.
Bud Light that used to be Budweiser drinkers.
Another thing about Budweiser is Croissant. They use the Croissing method, which is double fermentation. Oh,
Question. The question.
you're Croissanting.
That's the answer to the question. Go ahead.
Okay. 1988 was the biggest selling beer year for Budweiser in the United States, 50 million barrels. Now it's about 13 million. But a lot of those sales were not lost to other companies, they were lost to Bud Light.
Yeah.
A lot of Budweiser drinkers
So
want to.
basically what they did is they took their product, which was Budweiser, they turned it into Budweiser Light, and then they shortened it to Bud Light.
Right. Now here's the cap.
And then some folks kind of like it like that. And I'd even step out on a limb and say, a lot of folks have gone away from the Bud Light to now the Michelob Ultra.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now here's Czechvar, but on the below it says B original, meaning Budweiser original.
Be original.
And if you go to Europe, it's called Budweiser. same cursive writing, and it says Czech imported lager. And there's a B, product of the Czech Republic. This is a smaller bottle. It's 5% alcohol, best by November. It's from the Czech Budweiser, that's the town, and the bottled by the brewery BBNP, Czech Republic.
So, what's the story, and why would this beer have Be Original on it? Why would they want everyone to know that they're Be Original versus Budweiser?
I'll explain it. This brewery is very old, like they're saying on the back, over 700 years old, which would be the days of the First Reich, the Holy Roman Empire.
Keep going. I'm getting cheated, kids.
The Holy Roman Empire, the Kingdom of Bohemia.
All of it. All of it. All of it. I got cheated.
No, it's the same amount. Is it even?
I got cheated.
You got more.
I didn't.
All right.
I got more foam.
Okay. So that was the old company, right? They've been around since the Middle Ages.
Okay, you got to repeat yourself with the first, right, and all that stuff.
No. First Reich. But okay, the brewery's old. Okay. 1876 in the United States, a German immigrant, okay, Adolphus Busch and them, they make Budweiser beer named after a town in the Czech Republic, Budweiser. Okay. Now later on, in the early 1900s, that brewery there from what used to be called the Kingdom of Bohemia came out with a beer called Budweiser. Well, this company, Anheuser-Busch, said, you can't sell Budweiser in the United States. We're older. They said, no, we've been in business since the years, 700 years ago. Well, back then it was 600 years ago. And then Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch said, we don't care. The name, the trademark we have is older than yours. So the U.S. courts favored Budweiser, so here it's called Budweiser, and they got to sell it as Czechvar. In parts of Europe, this is Budweiser, and they can't sell that as Budweiser. They got to sell it as Bud. So it's an ongoing lawsuit that's been going on for over 100 years.
Drink beer and be happy and don't put on your beer goggles.
Yeah, so it's Budweiser versus Budweiser. Be original. That's why they have that on there.
Okay, so the appearance of this one versus the
Darker.
American Budweiser, it's darker. The head's about the same color.
Now there is a dark Budweiser in Europe.
Oh,
but we can't get it.
man.
Spongy head.
This has definitely got a really strong aroma.
Strong, biscuity malt and
Strong.
spicy hops.
Like burning marijuana strong.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not a marijuana person.
I'm not either, but it's everywhere. You could smell it. It's got a very distinct smell. They put it in beer now.
I did go to a Rush concert once.
I don't know what that means.
Well, I'm familiar with the smell of marijuana since I went to a Rush concert once. All right. But that smell's dissipated, really. Now it's just regular old malt.
I don't mind nostril.
But it's much darker.
Oh, yeah.
And this thing is almost amber.
I wouldn't go that far.
I say almost. It's gold.
It's dark. It's like golden gold. I'm going to taste it. You can go ahead and keep on talking.
Cheers. Tastes nothing like the American Budweiser.
No.
It's a real strong flavor relative to the other. You get sweet, cracker, strong barley burn. There's no rice or corn to soften it.
Mm-mm.
Body's a lot heavier.
Yep.
It's not as crisp. It's just a Euro lager. I mean, that's what they taste like.
Tastes pretty good.
Like Heineken.
No, it's not as strong and bitey as Heineken. Heineken's got those hops that are just below your taste buds all over the world.
The hops are even kind of oily.
Yeah,
It's really good.
it is a good beer.
It's a lot more expensive, obviously, in America.
What's the price ratio? Double?
Oh, at least. You're not going to get... I mean, the normal price for a Budweiser suitcase is what, $24?
Yeah, I paid like 80 cents for this.
This would be $9.99 for a six-pack, Easy.
Okay, so that's $1.50.
More? $1.50 more per six-pack? Yeah, probably.
So it's probably twice as much.
Well, you figure $1.50, that's $3, $6, $8.50 more. $8.50 more for a case.
Yeah. This comes in a green bottle.
But you're
this
getting-
comes in a brown.
You're getting 8/10 of an ounce less beer in each bottle. Now, remember that. That adds up. You're getting a lot less beer over the course of a case. Well, what do you think is who do you think is the winner? The better beer? Is it Budweiser or Budweiser
Is it Budweiser?
or Czechvar?
Bud.
Actually, the real
Is
Budweiser.
it Bud or
It's a European
Czech
Budweiser.
Bud? I think it depends on what you're looking for in a beer. If I had to choose, if I'm looking on a tasty, something close to those purity laws you're always speaking upon, you give them those names, I can't remember.
Anheuser-Busch.
Fine Heiskewalds. And I'm looking for that European German beer, which you know I love. I would go this one. But if I'm just looking, if I'm just looking for an average everyday beer, and I just want to wash it down with a burger or something like that, I'd pick this one. So I don't really say that there's like a winner per se, because both of these, to me, taste completely different, yet taste the same.
The
So-
same. Oh, in the
Meaning that they go down, both go down really easy. One has a stronger flavor, the other one has a sweeter flavor. This one's real balanced out. This one's not as complex. They're both really good beers. I can't really pick a winner.
I'm the same way, so it's a tie.
It is a tie. It is a tie. It's like getting two really good beers that are on different levels and trying to put them against one another. So my advice would be, if you can find this one, you know you're going to find that one anywhere. But if you can find this one, go ahead and pick it up. It's a darn good beer. I would suggest getting it. It's one of those ones you just want to have one or two of it, maybe have some pickles and some pretzels or something like that. And just drink that. This one, anything. Hot wings, pizza, burgers, really good.
Spaghetti and meatballs,
I wouldn't go that far, but
tuna salad.
it's acidic. No way. So you can go with that one. So that's it. I'm going to give both of them an A.
Shepherd's pie.
Both an A. Both
Okay.
an A.
Yeah, me too. A and
Real,
A.
really good beers. Yeah, both A's. And yeah, it's a pleasure drinking the other one.
Okay, so thank you folks for watching this Taste Challenge video, Laissez les bon temps relais, and we're gonna end this video by saying, y'all come on down to Jefferson Parish, Louisiana, and get some Budweiser, or if you don't want that, get some Budweiser.
And get some Budweiser.